Imagine biting into your daily bread and descending into hell. Your limbs burn like fire. You feel insects crawling under your skin. Demons claw at your vision. Your body jerks uncontrollably. And some people don't stop moving until they collapse and die. This wasn't a curse. It wasn't witchcraft. It was dinner. For centuries, a hidden poison in ordinary rye bread drove medieval Europe into madness. This is the terrifying story of ergot, the fungus that fueled plagues, witch hunts, mass hysteria, and later gave birth to LSD. In medieval Europe, food reflected class. The wealthy ate wheat. The poor survived on rye, cheap, hardy, and able to grow in harsh climates. But rye had a deadly weakness. In cold, wet years, rye fields became infected by a parasitic fungus called Claviceps purpurea, ergot. It replaced healthy grains with hard, black-purple growths called sclerotia, shaped like twisted horns. To starving peasants, they meant nothing. Ground into dark flour, baked into dense bread, ergot was invisible. And once eaten, it went to war with the human body. Ergot produces alkaloids, powerful chemicals that attack the nervous system and blood vessels. They constrict arteries, starve limbs of blood, and hijack the brain. Victims suffered in two nightmarish ways. Convulsive ergotism brought seizures, violent muscle spasms, and hallucinations so vivid people swore they saw demons, angels, and hell itself. Gangrenous ergotism was worse. Blood flow stopped. Fingers turned black. Toes fell off. Entire limbs died and detached, often without bleeding. Outbreaks struck like divine punishment. In 857 AD, tens of thousands across France and Germany screamed as their bodies burned and rotted. In 994, a single outbreak in France killed 40,000 people. Victims described unbearable heat under the skin and crawling sensations and visions of monsters. Families were destroyed by a loaf of bread. Desperate sufferers crawled to shrines of Saint Anthony, believing miracles could save them. Some recovered, likely because monasteries unknowingly fed them cleaner wheat bread. But no one understood the real cause. Ergot didn't just destroy bodies, it shattered societies. In 1518, Strasbourg was seized by the dancing plague. Hundreds of people danced uncontrollably for days. Some collapsed from exhaustion. Some danced until their hearts gave out. Historians now believe ergot-induced hallucinations and neurological damage triggered these mass manias. Similar outbreaks swept Europe for centuries. Crowds screaming, twitching, seeing visions, moving as if possessed. To medieval minds, there was only one explanation. People blamed witches. They blamed demons. They blamed God. Ergot hallucinations fueled accusations. People truly believed they were cursed, bewitched, or attacked by the devil. This paranoia fed directly into the witch hunts of the burning times. And one controversial theory links ergot poisoning to the 1692 Salem witch trials, where girls convulsed, hallucinated, and accused neighbors after a rye-heavy winter. The poison wasn't supernatural, but the fear was real. Why was ergot so devastating? Because rye was everything. Peasants got 80% of their calories from bread. Lords demanded rye taxes. Bad harvests were still eaten. Famine left no room for caution. No one knew to remove the black spurs. Bakers ground everything together. One bad loaf could doom a household. One bad harvest could poison an entire region. Ergot's story doesn't end in the Middle Ages. In 1938, Swiss chemist Albert Hofmann isolated ergot alkaloids while working at Sandoz laboratories. One compound was labeled LSD-25. In 1943, Hofmann accidentally absorbed it through his skin. Days later, he intentionally ingested it, riding his bicycle home while experiencing the first recorded acid trip. The psychedelic era was born. The same fungus that once tore Europe apart would reshape science, psychology, culture, and even secret CIA experiments. Today, modern farming and grain screening have made ergot rare. Your bread is safe. But for centuries, humanity feared witches, demons, and divine wrath, never realizing the real curse was hiding in the food that kept them alive. The deadliest ingredient in history wasn't exotic, it was bread.